Yo, welcome back to the live stream. It's your boy Tokyo Stoner, and we're back in business. We're going to be giving some early thoughts and like a kind of review over this Stellar Blade demo that just came out, PS5 exclusive for the spring. Anyway, let's get straight into it. As usual, I've been taking notes on my phone as I've been playing, and I'm just going to run through them here and just share some of these thoughts with you guys. So, yeah, first things first, I feel that this game takes a lot of inspiration from a lot of games. It does it very well, you know. It's not like, I don't feel like it's stealing from games. It's like everything's kind of, you know, inspired and drawn in, and they're kind of doing their own thing with these concepts to create their own game. Also, I think, you know, before I start listing the games that I see these influences from, another thing that's important to point out is like the studio that's making this game, this is their first, like, you know, console game. All their other games are mobile and gacha games and stuff like that, you know. Apparently they played Nier Automata, and that game inspired them in a big way, and it inspired them to want to make a game that that has a beginning and an ending, rather than like a mobile game that just goes on forever. So yeah, really cool. Anyway, let's get straight to it. So yeah, it's definitely taken some inspiration and influence from Nier Automata. You can see that in the character designs and some of the music, and the devs have come out and, you know, said directly that Nier Automata inspired them. For me, I see some Bayonetta in this game. What with the voice acting, you know, the English accents, the super gross monsters, lots of blood, and the hyper gore. Surprisingly, I was really surprised by this, is Chaos Legion. You know, the way that the attacks and the flow of the movement feels really reminded me of Chaos Legion, a classic PS2 game from back in the day. It's definitely got some Sekiro elements with the stealth attacks and the parry system. And not just the parry system, but the way that the enemy attacks are telegraphed to the player with, you know, different colors and circles and symbols, letting you know what input to put in to deal with the attack. Ghost of Tsushima, you get to chain these stealth attacks. So like, it's a very small thing, and I still haven't unlocked it, but I saw it in the skill tree. Just like in Ghost of Tsushima, where you get your chain stealth attacks. In this game as well, you can also do a chain stealth, just like Ghost of Tsushima, which is pretty cool. Asura's Wrath from the PS3. Now this is like a minor influence, but like the beginning intro cutscene, you'll know it once you play the demo. I won't describe too much in case you haven't seen it yet, but it definitely reminds me of Asura's Wrath quite a lot. And you know, specifically the Goma. You know, in that game you got these giant Goma demons that are like floating around, these big whales. And there's all these kind of interstellar battles and stuff with the laser beams. It really reminds me of that. Yeah, Devil May Cry. So I had thought that the Devil May Cry would have been in the combat, but like I said, combat to me feels more like Chaos Legion. Where I feel see Devil May Cry in the game is in the boss battle music. The boss battle music is like some pretty cool and intense, heavy rock music, and it really reminds me of Devil May Cry. The last game on the list of inspirations that I've seen is Doom. I feel like Doom definitely for the enemy designs, and specifically for the rock music. And not for all the enemy designs, but there are definitely some more kind of monstrous looking designs that really remind me of like a Resident Evil, but even more so a Doom, you know, like a Doom Eternal with the heavy rock music as well to go with it. On the anime side, it's like a Gantz and Terraformers. So if you're coming into it and you're like, what is this? To me, those are all the influences I see in the game. And I mean, like, it's not a game, but you can't go without saying Ghost in the Shell. Do you get what I mean? Because I fully see that here. Anyway, now let's get into talking about the game itself. So the demo does a good job of introducing the player to new mechanics and allowing the player to spend time learning how to use those mechanics before introducing bosses and challenging enemies to test your skill with those mechanics. And I really enjoyed the way the game just gradually introduces these new abilities, and it starts layering the abilities, like layering your movement options, layering your defensive options and your offensive options, and then, you know, it lets you marinate with those things for a while, and then it gives you a cool enemy that, and to defeat that enemy you'll be required to know, you know, to have learned those how those mechanics work. And I just, it's such a good way of adding depth to the game and introducing that depth to the player in a way that's like fun and engaging and just kind of brings you into it. You know, you're not kind of struggling and lost trying to figure out what's going on, you know. The combat has great depth, cool combos, and great animations. And yeah, that goes without like, there's not much more to say there. Like it's banging, man. The combat can be light if you want it to be light, but if you want to trip into it and get into the depth, there's a lot here that you can really like sink your teeth into and trip. Like, there's a lot of flows. There, I just found out that you can do charge attacks in the middle of the combos. Like if you unlock it in the skill tree, there's a whole bunch of cool stuff. So the combat's really quite deep, and yeah, the animations are great. So yeah, combos and combat feel very dynamic. I look forward to the full game and unlocking more of the skill tree. I mean, in this demo, you have access to 3 skill trees. 2 of them are locked. None of them are super big. They're really easy to read, and like, you don't. It's difficult to get lost, basically. Some games you can get really lost in the upgrade paths and stuff, but like this game, great upgrade skill trees. Like, or I don't want to say great yet because we're only in the demo. Some half of it's locked, but like I had a lot of fun in there, and yeah, I really look forward to like having the rest of the skill tree opened up for us as players. The music is fresh. You get a cool blend of chill pop music and some insane rock music, and it is really like, it's quite contrasty, isn't the music that's playing in the background? I mean, now you can't really hear it because she's underwater, but like throughout most of the game they got this chill kind of poppy electro pop kind of sound going on, and then for the rest of the game it's intense and heavy rock music. You with me? The character designs are cool. You got great details on the gear. The hair and eye movements are a little bit janky in some of the cutscenes, but I got used to it quickly. I just come off of playing a lot of Square Enix and Final Fantasy, and they put a lot of effort into the facial animations and the hair and stuff like that. So it just took me a while, but once I got into it, I was fine. I don't have any problems with it now. So yeah, cool character designs, cool costumes. Like I said, the facial animations and stuff, they could use a little bit of TLC, but for now, it's nothing that's going to break the game, and that's just a personal kind of thing. The movement feels a little tight at first, but as you get to grips with how the game wants you to use parries, dashes and sprints, the movement starts to come together and begins to feel very smooth and fluid. And yeah, for me, sure, like 100%, that's exactly how it went. In the beginning, 100%, like I was a bit thrown off by how small the dash is, how short the dash is. I was a bit thrown off by like how small the jump is and how slow it is to use in combat. You can't use the jump to evade, basically. Do you hear me? And the dash didn't have any iframes, so I was quite thrown off by that. Obviously, they give you a parry from the very beginning, so you're encouraged to learn how the parry works. But once you flesh out the skill tree, you do get an iframe dodge, you get a perfect dodge. Even you can get like a double dodge. The movement does open up, and it's not available in the demo, but in the skill tree there is a double jump, so the double jump does open up. As far as I can tell, jumps are not meant to be used evasively in this game. The game wants you to use your perfect dodge or your perfect parry in combat rather than jumping. So for me, like I said, like it says here in the notes, it says once you get used to the parries, dashes and sprints, the movement starts to come together and feel very smooth. So like I was quite used to dashing around the map, but I realized, in this game you don't need to dash around the map. The game actually wants you to sprint around the map, and you only use the dash in combat. You with me? To dodge. So yeah. And the combat's more about like stringing combos and movement together. In fights, at least, it's about stringing the combat, which does feel really fluid once you get the hang of it. And even getting around the map, like once I got the hang of the sprint system and stuff like that, I was really engaged and just having a good time. Traveling around the demo area was very engaging and reminded me of my experiences with Bloodborne and Neo, 2 of my favorite games of all time. Yeah, 100%, man. The map is epic. It's kind of like Bloodborne maps in the way how you've got these intertwining kind of labyrinths, and you've got shortcuts. You go behind the door, you open the shortcut, all of that kind of stuff. It's really fun exploring the pathways, defeating the enemies. When you rest at the bonfire, it respawns the enemies. Like that kind of design, if it's done badly, it can go really wrong. I wouldn't reference Neo as strongly as I would reference Bloodborne, because obviously Neo's the stage design and the level design is just not as fluid as Bloodborne's. And I would compare this kind of stage design that's present in the demo, I would see it more on a Bloodborne level than a Neo one. I really enjoyed this stage and I enjoyed exploring it. Mm. Yeah, you have a bonfire system which respawns enemies and intertwining dungeons with shortcuts to unlock. The boss battle with Abaddon was incredibly exciting and hype, and it was everything I'd learned so far as a player was tested in an engaging and fun way. So yeah, that's spot on, and that came just in time. I was wondering how the pacing of this review was gonna go, and the boss battle with Abaddon is about to come on screen right now. So yeah, that's perfect timing. And yeah, I'll just reread that. Yeah, boss battle with Abaddon was incredibly exciting and hype. Everything I'd learned so far as a player was tested in an engaging and fun way. That's exactly what it was, man. I mean, we're gonna see it right here. So, you know, up until this point, they'd introduced us to the concept of the perfect parry. They'd introduced us to the perfect dodge. They taught us about this. It's very similar to the Mikiri counter in Sekiro. When the enemy does a blue attack, you press forward and circle and you dodge into them and you're going to teleport behind them. I don't know if we get any successfully pulled off in this battle here, but everything that you've been taught so far about the game gives you an opportunity to, yeah, there's the teleport there that we're talking about. So yeah, it's a wonderful boss battle, and I really enjoyed this fight. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game. Right now, I mean, this is a little bit exaggeration, or you know, just excitement here. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the game. Right now, it's looking 10-10 game of the year for me. That's that note. So even reading it back, I'm like, you're hyping it, huh? But yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. For me, this is 10-10 still. I don't have any problems with the game whatsoever. I really enjoyed the demo. I had a great time. And that's all there is to it. It's 10-10 game of the year for me right now. Obviously, there's more games coming out this year, and I think it's a specific game, as in it's not for everyone, it's for who it's for. But I'm really excited and looking forward to this. I mean, I had a few disappointments this year with, you know, other AAA games getting a bit let down by the quality and stuff. So this demo was a breath of fresh air, as far as, you know, just giving me something good to play, man. So yeah, that's all the review done. So I think I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna enjoy watching these epic. We're gonna watch the Abaddon, and then we're gonna go and watch the Stalker boss battle. So we'll watch them both. So look, if you look underneath the health bar, they've got a shield system in this game, kind of similar to the parry system in Final Fantasy Remake series. You can still damage them while the shield is up, but you do less damage. Once the shield's been removed, your damage greatly increases. You have the same mechanic applies to your character. In the bottom left, you can see your health bar, and underneath is your shield. So when your shield's up, you take considerably less damage once your shield's been removed. Yeah, that was a clean finish though. See here, this is what I was talking about, the Doom Eternal with the rock music and the monster design. That's very Doom, do you get me? And the rock music also reminds me very much of Devil May Cry. So yeah, we're gonna be doing build videos and farming location videos for this demo as well on the channel. I was gonna click this off, but I think we'll let you guys enjoy this. If you came here looking for a review and all the rest, this is a good thing to see. When you finish the demo, you get to enjoy this cutscene, and you just get to see some of the crazy hype events that we can expect to look forward to in the main game. I'm really excited to get into the projectiles and see how these laser cannons work.
Something serious seems to have happened. I have to return to Zion.
This bit here looks a bit silly and fun. Look, she's skateboarding on the sword. I feel like there's going to be a lot of like sections where you're running and dodging gunfire, and like you saw there, skateboarding, snowboarding kind of stuff. It was a bit wild seeing her skateboard on the sword itself. But like, yeah, man, it looks like some wacky, crazy, silly fun, but also with, you know, some heavy elements as well. And it's the wild rock music, the wild enemy designs. It's wonderful, man. So here you get to see like a more leveled up character, someone that's got a few more moves unlocked. Yeah. That reflection, I think that's reflection 2 she just did. I'm trying to unlock that on my character. Jeez. Yeah, alright, cool. Let's watch this Stalker boss battle. Yeah, I've been trying to I've been trying to max out the skill tree. So if you're interested in this game and you want to, enjoy some of that stuff, check out the channel. There'll be some guide videos coming up over the next few days and weeks. Just kind of talking about how you can farm the demo for skill points, how you can flex out the skill tree before the main game starts. And also we'll probably do some videos talking about the Stalker and how fighting him works. But yeah, again here you can see so there we just did the L1 and X, that's the shield breaker attack. And you can see it basically erased his whole shield. So like, yeah, understanding how the mechanics work and how to remove shields in this game, I'm pretty sure it's going to be an important mechanic. I mean, I'm quite happy that we got through all the review points and we get to look at these boss battles together, because it gives you a chance and it gives me a chance for you guys to see what's up, and for me to kind of detail some of the finer points of what's happening here. So yeah, basically he's taking maximum damage now because his shield's been completely removed. So he's taking more damage than he would usually. See, look, and that attack there recharged his shield. So now his shield's completely recharged. So if we get another limit break, we're going to use the L1X, which is the shield breaker attack. There you go, look, removed half of the shield. Man, that attack is so janky. I'm pretty sure you can parry it, but when he starts, it's like, when he's scratching, it's kind of easier to catch him. When he starts slapping you up, it's like, it's pretty rough. It's much harder the timing feels different. Nice, we got the counter. So yeah, this enemy here is another good example to me of like that kind of Doom Devil May Cry vibe I'm talking about. I mean, he's not really a Devil May Cry looking enemy, even though there are some Devil May Cry looking enemies in the game, but the music reminds me of Devil May Cry, and the monster design reminds me of Doom. So let's now that you've seen some of the footage and you've heard me talk, let's run through the list. So it's Nier Automata, Bayonetta, Chaos Legion, Sekiro, Ghost of Tsushima, Asura's Wrath, Devil May Cry, Doom, Gantz, and Terraformers. Those are all of the inspirations that I see in this game. Wonderful, man. I'm really hyped. We're pre-ordering this and we'll be playing this on the channel. Live streams, guides, build videos, all the rest, damage testing, like everything. I love this game, man. I love the demo, at least. Having a great time. Anyway, I hope you found this review helpful. I hope it, gave you some insight. I hope you enjoyed watching the cool gameplays. And hype and describe, links in the description, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you later in the next one. Peace. Nothing but money on my mind. She say she love me, love is blind. She ride it up and down and then rewind. When we fuck, it gets better every time. I got 2 bad bitches by my side. I tell my ops don't even try. Anytime I lift, I let it fly. Come down and put 2 spirits in the sky. Hit your block and put some spirits on the floor. Niggas know I got a lot, but I need more. Nowadays, all my guap is kept offshore. Stash box, I got a couple keys of raw. Whoa, the weed is Arabian, burning it down like a Sabian. I'm coming down to the stadium, rolling with angels and aliens. There's only real ones in my radius. Everyone here know my alias. I'm coming down to the stadiums, rolling with angels and aliens. She take it straight to the face, laughing all of the way to the bank. Pardon, I take it straight to the face. Pull up and parking, jump out the spaceship, step over your carcass. When you look around, you see killers and carnage. My niggas is Martians, yeah, we live and die by the stardom. Even when we're in the darkness, you know we stay lit regardless. All of your bitches, they love me. All of your hatred is harmless. Only the gods can judge me, yeah. Even when we're in the darkness, you know we stay lit regardless. All of your bitches, they love me. All of your hating is harmless.